Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got probably one of the biggest pickups I've ever done, ever. This actually came about on Christmas Eve, funny enough. I was at a relative's place. It's actually my wife's cousin, so I guess my cousin-in-law. And we were sitting around having dinner at his parents' place. There's a lot of different family members there or whatever, and my wife said to me, you should ask him about old video games and see if he has any. And it was a really great idea because he's like, yeah, I do. He went looking for some NES and some Super Nintendo stuff. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find those things, although there is a possibility that stuff's still in the house. I don't totally know about that, but hopefully he goes and takes a look for that stuff too. He brought me upstairs though in the house, and there was a glass case there with just a ton of video games in it, and I asked him what he wanted for it. He said a pretty low price. I gave him a little bit more than he was asking for it, but honestly, this is a killer deal. So I'll get into this right now because it's pretty phenomenal what I got here. It's a bunch of PS2 and PS1 stuff. I'll save the PS1 stuff for later because I think it's the most impressive, but there's a lot of PS2 titles in here. The first part here is what CGR would refer to as Nickel Fritz, so I'll get through some of that stuff first, and then I'll get into some of the better quality titles. So here we have just a case, I guess, for Guitar Hero 2. No big deal because I'm not really looking for that one. There's Madden 2005 Collector's Edition, and all of these games, by the way, are in absolutely excellent shape. MLB 07 The Show, and that one doesn't have the manual, but still, again, sports titles don't really interest me that much. EA Sports MVP Baseball 2004, and that one's complete. And like I said, everything in here is mint. Like, I've checked out a lot of the discs of these. And oh, there's the Guitar Hero 2. So this is Madden 08, but there's Guitar Hero 2, so I guess that one goes in there. Some things might be like the wrong discs, I guess. I didn't really look through everything yet, so it's my first go at it. Madden 07 also came with The Sims, which is complete, and everything, like I said, is in beautiful shape. All of these cases are like collector quality kind of thing. This one's called Amplitude. I don't know a whole lot about this one. I'd have to check that one out. I'm not sure what that's all about. Neither this one here either is Splashdown Rides Gone Wild. So it looks like some sort of a jet ski kind of game, or Sea-Doo kind of game. I'm not really sure all about that, but that one's complete, and I didn't have that one already, so that's pretty cool. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, but this one will probably be replacing my copy of it because, again, it's absolutely like phenomenally beautiful. It looks like he really took care of all of these things. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, that one's complete. And then Virtual Fighter 4, that'll probably replace my copy of it because, again, it's absolutely beautiful. Copy of SSX, that one's complete, although I'm dropping stuff all over the place here. Looks like this case has a missing tab in it. Didn't really notice that before. Not that I was definitely checking this one out, but still cool. And then SSX 3, that one's complete. NBA Street Volume 2, also complete. Moving along here, Freedom Fighters, which I've heard is a pretty quality title, so I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it looks pretty neat. I've seen it before in the wild and stuff, but I haven't really paid that much attention to it. Jack 2, so getting in some more decent quality stuff here. Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, and this one's like really mint, beautiful in every way. I know that's going to replace my copy of it, so really sweet right there. 007 Everything or Nothing, and it just goes on and on. Like, this is just the startup of this one, so you're gonna see it gets pretty cool a little later on here. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, and again, like, all the stickers and everything are on the front that normally would be on that case, so everything's just beautiful. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, so pretty cool. And then Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and it came with this like weird kind of hardcover sleeve kind of thing. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but kind of goes over top of it. But that one's complete. And then Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. So all beautiful. I mean, these are definitely collector quality. Final Fantasy X, and I think mine is a red label version of this, and I was going to pick this up the other day actually in a thrift shop, but I didn't bother. So glad I held out because that one's like near mint, if not mint. Devil May Cry, the first one, so pretty tight right there. And then Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I'm trying to remember if I had this one in my collection or not, but totally complete, mint shape. And then The Simpsons Hit and Run. This is an amazing game, really fun. Again, minty mint. Really took great care of his stuff. I mean, like when I saw it, it was all in a glass case. So what does that tell you? Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, and this one usually has like a really messed up cover when I find it. This one's mint, so that's gonna go into my collection and replace my copy. And then Final Fantasy, the Collector's Edition. Final Fantasy 12, the Collector's Edition. And that has like both the discs there and everything, and I don't have this in my collection, so that's pretty hype right there. And I mean, the steelbook is just like absolutely mint, so really looks beautiful. Next one here is Ratchet and Clank, and this one here is factory sealed, so pretty cool right there. I guess he never played it, but took good care of it. And then Bully. Oops, just fell out of Bully, so was mint. Just a second here. Still is. So again, that'll probably end up replacing my copy of it because it's just like almost like shiny right there. And a Beyond Good and Evil. And I think mine's a Greatest Hits copy, so again, that's going to replace mine. And getting some titles that I didn't have in my collection. One's Beautiful Joe, although I do have the GameCube version of this. So that's complete. There's a little bit of wear along the top here. Sometimes that happens a little bit. Otherwise, pretty beautiful. And then Ape Escape 2, which I believe I do have in my collection already, but cool nonetheless. And again, will replace my copy. And this definitely, well, and I'm so pumped about this. This is like, this is Star Ocean, and this is brand new. So this has never been opened. Star Ocean till the end of time. Perfect shape, and the there's like plastic tabs here or whatever. I mean, it's a cardboard box, so it's not covered in cellophane or whatever, but they haven't been broken, so it's brand new. Really awesome right there. And this is getting interesting. Klonoa 2. So that's pretty cool. I did not have this in my collection, so pretty pumped about that. Check that out. And again, like pretty minty fresh. And then Ico or Eco or however people say that. So I did not have this, and I'm pretty excited about this because I've heard this is a fairly decent title. Pretty fun all around. I know there's like compilation ones with this on it, but I don't think I have the compilation either. So nice to get it on the PS2. That's for sure, and I don't think it came out really on anything else. This is another sealed game. It's Soul Reaver 2. So that's awesome right there. It even has like the hang tab on the back of it and everything. Keeps going though. It's Time Splitters 2. So pretty sweet. And that's also complete. And then Okami, which I have a copy of this, but mine's definitely not as beautiful as this one is. This one's like pretty much near mint, so that's going to replace my copy of it, and that is an amazing game. If you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. And then this one's pretty cool here. There's Xenosaga Episode 1, and I did not have this in my collection, so really looking forward to checking that one out. That's obviously like a, I think it's like a turn-based RPG kind of thing, and I haven't really played a whole lot of the PlayStation 2 like RPGs. I really should give some of them a shot, so this might be a good place to start. And then this final one of the PS2 section here is pretty wicked. That's Dark Cloud 2, and I did not have this. So again, really nice and beautiful, minty fresh kind of thing. Heard good things about this series. I think I have the first one, but the second one is one that's sort of been on my radar and glad I held out kind of thing. So let's do a little bit of an edit here, and I'll switch boxes over to the PS1 stuff that I got in this haul. So here's the PS1 stuff. I'm sorry I'm going through this so fast, but there's so much stuff I couldn't spend a lot of time talking about all these things, I just wanted to show you guys everything. So here we go. So a few little titles here at the start. We've got FIFA 99, and of course, you know, in beautiful shape, as is pretty much everything here. A copy of Gran Turismo, and even if I have these games already, I'm fairly certain these are going to replace the ones that I have, just because everything is just perfect. I mean, he took such good care of it rather. So let's see here, Spider-Man, and that's pretty wicked. I think the one I have is not nearly in as good shape as this one, so I'm looking forward to doing some major upgrades here. Next one here is Tekken 3, and I think mine is the greatest hits copy of this, but this is like beautiful, so pretty pumped about that. Next one, I'm trying to think if I have this in my collection or not. I'm not totally certain about it, but it is Ape Escape, so really cool right there. And there it is, so really sweet. Did not have that. Heard this is a rather enjoyable game, but I've never really had a chance to play that series, so I'm going to check that out. And then Crash Bandicoot, which I believe this one here is definitely a double of mine, and the one I have I'm pretty sure is Black Label, but this one's like in really great shape too, so we'll have to see about that, but really cool right there. And then Crash Bandicoot Warp with the lenticular cover as well, and I believe mine may also be a greatest hits kind of version. This one's going to go into my collection, so really fly right there. Metal Gear Solid, another one I already have in my collection, but again, I'm going to be upgrading. And now we're getting into some serious like RPG action here, which is right up my alley. I'm really enjoying take a look at this stuff. So this one is Final Fantasy 9. Just checking out my Roman numerals there, and everything is like A1 perfect in here. So that's that one. There's Final Fantasy Anthology, so that's the one that as you know has the two Final Fantasy games on it, which is which one is that? 7? No. Sorry, my mistake there. Contains Final Fantasy 5 and 6, right? So never before released kind of versions of it. So that's really cool. I think the one I have is a greatest hits copy, so that's going to replace mine. And then Final Fantasy 8, so awesome, right there. Just phenomenal. Everything's like complete. It blows my mind, the stuff that's in here. And then Final Fantasy 7, and this is the interesting thing about this one is it's the version with the typo on the back, or whatever they call it, where it has like the raised eye. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you probably won't be able to see that, but there's a raised eye in the writing on the back. It's like a variant of it, I guess, which they fixed later on. So that would have been like the first release of it, the initial one. And the next one here is Grand Stream Saga. So really cool. I'm trying to remember if I had this or not. I think I might, but I've never actually played it, so it might be worth something to check out. I don't know if you've ever played this one, let me know. Next one here is something that's been on my radar for a while. I just see it massively overpriced at game shows, and that's Parasite Eve. So I've never picked it up before just because of that fact, but glad I held out because this one is minty mint. So really happy with that. Another one that's kind of controversial, I think, because it doesn't really follow the lineage of the first one, but that's Alundra 2. So still a cool addition, I think, to the collection. For sure, it's one of these like one disc kind of games, but has the double case. And really pumped about this next one because RPG is kind of lacking, not in this box, but in my collection for the most part. So really cool, Grandia. And that one's complete, and again, absolutely beautiful. Can't say that enough. Next one's Vagrant Story. Really sweet. Unbelievable, if you ask me. Nice. I was just checking out one of the discs in there because it's has like a whole bunch of demos and stuff on it for other RPGs. And then one that I'm so happy to get this because every single copy of this I found like 2 or 3 copies of it. Disc 1 is always smashed up, cracked up, or doesn't work. but I finally have a complete copy of it that's absolutely beautiful, and that's Chrono Cross. So really psyched about that. And of course about the next one here, which is Xenogears. So that was in there as well. So you can see a lot of these are RPGs, but we're going to be moving away from that a little bit in a second. So right there. And then this one I've never seen out in the wild before, and that's Jackie Chan's Stuntmaster. Don't know a whole lot about the quality of this game, but you know, decently valued, so that's pretty cool, and I didn't have it already. And then a really cool one, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games on the PS1, so really nice to get this copy of it. It's totally complete, and I think my copy is sort of like a mishmash of like, I think the artwork on mine might be busted up or something, I'm not sure, but this one's mint, so super pumped. And then the final one, which I never thought would be a game I would ever find for my collection, and that's Einhander, which is a wonderful shooter style, like spaceship shooter type thing. I played this back in the day a little bit, really enjoyed it, and you never really see it out there these days, so really nice find to find this one, because I'm fairly certain this falls under the pretty much rare category and pretty much sought after category, and also something that I will enjoy playing, to say the least, and really happy to add in my collection. So that gigantic lot of all of those games was just an amazing deal. I'm not going to get into the numbers just because, you know, it's family kind of thing, so, but amazing hookup that he did for me, and I can't believe all this stuff. There's tons of things here I'm going to be adding to my collection, and basically a lot of this will be replacing the stuff that I have in my collection, just because all of this is pretty much in immaculate shape. That's probably one of the biggest hauls I've had in a very long time, especially when you're considering Ps1 games, which I haven't really seen out in the wild very much lately. So I'm so pumped about this. That's everything I got for you this time around. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.